Putting petrol into a diesel is much more common. It's much simpler to do. The slim, unleaded nozzle slips into the broader diesel filler easily. Oops. Now, this car was nearly empty of diesel, and very soon it's going to have 5 litres of petrol in it. Is it going to be instant disaster this time? I wasn't worried about the screaming fan belt. The Astra had been doing that since I'd bought it. And amazingly, it seems to be running okay. That could be leading me into a false sense of security. You see, petrol, unlike diesel, has no lubricating effect, and it's particularly likely to damage the fuel pump. A more modern diesel would be much more likely to be damaged by now, because the pumps run at much higher pressures and to tighter tolerances. But I've driven up and down for around 15 miles, and the Astra seemed to be running on petrol very happily. Hey! If anything, it feels a bit quicker. After about half an hour playing around, the only signs of anything wrong were sparks falling from a newly developed hole in the exhaust. Apart from that, the car had been running fine. But then, during our emissions test, things took a turn for the worse. Not try it again, was it? You said when you took it goes flat. It's going to stop. Ah! That's amazing! We couldn't stop it on the track, but it's actually stopped during its emissions test. Let's try and start it again. Probably might go. Ah! Oh, sorry. It's not going. That's not going. But we're not going to give up on the Astra yet. We're going to try putting diesel in and see if we can restore it to life. Maybe if I filled the tank with its original fuel, I could flush out the petrol and have it up and running again. The moment of truth. Strange noises. It looked like a victory. But then, the engine died again. Eventually, after a few attempts, I had it working again. The diesel was starting to run through normally. The smoke gradually turned to the right diesel-y colour. Time for a test drive. And it was fine. The very next day I went shopping in it. The day after that I took it for a 200-mile drive on the motorway. It certainly proves you don't always need to replace the fuel system at great expense. Though I would suggest you have the fuel tank drained professionally if your car's worth more than mine. And I don't suppose a highly tuned modern diesel would be so robust. But this exercise certainly restores your faith in old bangers.